It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Good afternoon. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pennsbury High School as we get you ready for some high school softball on the WBCB Sports Network. Today, the Pennsbury Falcons host the Souderton Indians. Today's game, the McCaffrey's Game of the Day, is brought to you by McCaffrey's Food Markets. McCaffrey's exceptional every day. We thank them for their support of high school athletics on WBCB. As right now, the coaches and captains meeting at home plate with the umpires going over the ground rules here as we get you closer to the first pitch. And today's game also made possible by St. Mary Medical Center, BCWSA, the Bucks County Water and Sewer Authority, the Trenton Thunder, thanks to Jammer Doors, BAI Security, and Di Lorenzo's Pizza in New Falls Road as we hear the Pennsbury dugout get fired up and ready to go for today's game. And guys, an SOL crossover game, which makes things a little bit more interesting. The teams don't know each other quite as well, but both the Patriot Division and the Colonial Division, Mackay, both really have good brands of high school softball, and this area, whether you're in SOL Patriot or SOL Colonial, you're up against some of the top teams in the state.
Yeah, it's a good chance for both teams to see how they test up for one another. Both teams like to do it in a great way of how they play their softball games. Both teams are going to go out, play their hardest like they always do. And like I said, it's just a great way to test yourself out amongst the best in SOL.
And you're going to get the top effort from the Pennsbury Falcons. We've seen that throughout this season. Maybe wasn't their best effort against North Penn. A tough loss against the Knights. They lose that one 15-0, but a big bounce back game as they beat Penridge 5-3. And so Pennsbury coming into this game 9-1 overall. And for Souderton, kind of up and down this season. 7 wins, 7 losses overall, and Gus, the same even record when it comes to their division mark, 4 wins and 4 losses for the Indians in Colonial Division play. And so you're not sure what you're going to get. I was hearing Coach McSherry just telling his team, they are capable, so you can't overlook them.
Yeah, exactly. And you just took the words right out of my mouth. It's just one of those teams that record-wise says one thing, but you overlook them and they could bounce back and maybe catch you with a surprising loss. So any team, no matter what the record is, you always got to be worrisome about their playmakers, about their pitchers, and just how they play the game. The record, like I said, may say one thing, but they could put the gas pedal to the floor today.
And I guess an especially good point, Gus, when it comes to the playmakers with this Souderton Indian team. Their shortstop, Kaylee York, is headed to Ryder, so that's a pretty impressive landing spot. And their pitcher in the circle today, Maketa Schroding, is a commit now to the University of South Florida. And one of their other players also going to be playing at Misericordia. Out in center field, they have Sierra Miller out there, and she just recently committed. But the Falcons playing a great brand of softball as well. And Lainey Freeband, how about her work in the circle for the Falcons? You guys were here on that 12-inning day.
Oh, yeah, I get to call that game, Chris.
And she had to just keep going out there. And I don't know, you said she had like more than 200 pitches that game.
204 pitches that game.
Wow.
And I don't know how official it is, but my brother showed me a stat afterwards that she was 2 pitches away from being top 10 in softball high school history for being top 10 pitches in a single game.
Well, that's what you can get when it's a 12-inning game. And the best part for Falcon fans, Pennsbury got the win there.
Oh, yeah. Came with a walk-off win there at home. A little bit of a controversial call at the time, but after that game, you couldn't be happier with just how that game was.
Well, unfortunately, after that game, they ran into North Penn. That was a tough one for Pennsbury, but then a bounce-back win, and so coming in with a little bit of momentum against Souderton. Mentioned that the Indians have been up and down this season. That's been the case for them the last 4 games as they come off of a loss to CB South, a 10-6 final in that one. But before that, they blanked Truman 11-0, and they beat Bensalem 10-6, and suffered a loss in the game before that to CB West. So they're 2-2 in their last 4. as Coach Carol Atkinson, in her 5th year with the Souderton program, heads over into the third base coach's box, and we're ready to get this one underway. Lineups today for the Indians: Cameron Nadolski in left field leads it off. She'll be followed by Lily Ponce. Batting second, playing second base, Kaylee York. Headed to righter, she bats third and plays shortstop. Madison Byra is in the cleanup spot and plays first base. Sierra Miller, batting fifth, is in center field. Olivia Plinky is their designated player. She bats sixth, with Michaela Mihilchik catching. Batting seventh, Catherine Jones at third base, batting eighth, and Grace Christie in right field, hitting ninth today. And the first one on a line out to right and over the head of Bella Morales. Extra bases for Cameron Nadolski, and a good start for the Souderton Indians here in this one today.
Yeah, first pitch seeing, first pitch swinging, first pitch crushing. That ball was smoked out to right field. Had Bella Morales looking around, turning around, just trying to track that ball.
Yeah, great hit indeed. Just a straight liner right out to right field. Now, with just one pitch, like you just said, now you're on second base.
So Lainey Freeman with a little early trouble. Top of the first, she's got a runner in scoring position as she works now to Lily Ponce. Skips that one up there. A good stop behind the plate by Hannah DeFinis. Pennsbury defensively today, you got Lil Bogman at first base, Ava Storlazzi at second, Liv Zerniak playing shortstop, and Sam Robb at third base. Again, doing the catching is Hannah DeFinis. In the outfield, Presley Foote, Taylor Askey, and Bella Morales from left to right. And in the circle, Lainey Freeband awaits a little bit of a equipment going on.
So you see all these wristbands nowadays being worn. The umpire, I just heard him because she had it on her belt buckle. He said you can't have it there either in your pocket or on your arm. So that's weird. I've never seen that before.
You got to put your wristband on your wrist.
I guess so.
I didn't know that was a rule.
I guess it is.
It does make some sense. Down low again, ball two to Ponce.
It's like the people that have big enough arms to put headbands on their biceps, like John Cena.
Freiband gets her pitch, ready to go. The 2-0. Ground ball, sharply hit. Sam Robb knocks it down. It goes over to Zerniak at shortstop. She gets her at first.
Ooh.
And trying to advance is Nadolski. She gets the third base. The throw just a little bit late. So Ponce grounds out. I guess we'll call that 5-6-3.
Yeah. A little tippage, a little pass, and then a play. But honestly, that was a bang-bang play by both sides. Pennsbury, that's exactly what you want to look at the runner before you throw. And Souderton doing a great job just waiting until that ball's thrown and you taking off.
Now up to bat is Kaylee York, their shortstop and one of the top players in this Souderton program. Takes ball one from Lainey Freeband. Yeah, aggressive base running there by Nadolski. You need that perfect timing. And has the wheels there just to beat the throw by a little bit. Freeband just a touch low on that one. Umpires today at home plate is Eric Fisher. On the bases, Jeff Kahn. Our blue crew for the McCaffrey's game of the day. .2-0 delivery, fouled off, bounces our way.
I feel like we got to get that Law and Order music like they do in the Phillies games whenever they're talking about the umpires. Yeah, dum dum bum 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 bum.
Phillies baseball, Phillies back after a day off. WBCB, your spot on the radio dial for the Phils as they start a series with the Mariners tonight. 2-1 pitch from Freeband. A little bit wide, 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, and you saw in that 12-inning game that Freeband pitched all of it. She had a little trouble at the beginning of the game trying to find her zone and work things out. And then as the game went along, she really found her groove. So maybe that's just something that Freeband normally gets. It's just a little bit longer for her to finally warm up.
3-1 pitch, and she walks Kaylee York. That one's in the dirt.
Yeah, That might have been something that Souderton might have looked at the tape. They might have just seen that she might have had a rocky start throwing balls. So now you see she just worked the walk right there. She's on first base. You got both runners on the corner now.
And maybe because of that makes it even more important for Souderton to try to take advantage of this situation. 1 out, 2 on, top of the first. Runners at the corners, and here's Madison Byra. Plays first base, hitting 4th today for Souderton. The runner goes, the throw down is cut off. Storlazzi cuts that throw off, hoping maybe to catch Nadolski off the bag, but they do advance the bag, so they get a stolen base, 2nd and 3rd now for the Indians. Freebands 0-1, swing and a miss.
Pulled the string on that changeup.
Definitely had Byra fooled by that pitch, and she's in front of her. No balls, 2 strikes. This could be a huge strikeout if Freeband can complete the job. Righty winds and fires, and just a little bit inside. Close. And it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Wow. That's a tough one to not swing on if you're an 0-2 count. Great pitch by Laney, though. Had to be inside. Had to have.
Yeah, it looked like belt high, perfect height. The 1-2 is low. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Madison Byra with Sierra Miller on deck for Souderton. And
no, continue, Chris. Excuse me.
For Souderton, one of the things that Coach Atkinson talked about was that it's still early, and they've seen their hitting improving throughout the season, and that's one of the things they're looking at as a positive. 2-2 pitch. Again, looked like kind of pulled the string, something off speed, stays up, and runs the count full.
Yeah, and definitely the colder weather, especially since it's April, the bats and the balls aren't warmed up as much, and they're not as bouncy, off those bats. So
right, it's not hitting weather yet.
Exactly.
As Charlie Manuel would say, payoff pitch.
That's my favorite
foul
saying.
Back.
That is my favorite saying, and it's really true though, because you look at in the major leagues. Look at last year, Kyle Schwarber led the National League and one of the top leaders in all of MLB in home runs. He started off the season so cold because it's not hitting season.
I mean, there's even a science to it where the air allows the ball to fly better.
It's not as dense air and stuff like that. It's a weird
payoff pitch down low, and it's another walk to load the bases. This time, she gives the free pass to Madison Byra, so she's at first. Kaylee York at second, Nadolski at third, and here is Sierra Miller.
Just doing a good job working that count. Started off 0-2, was able to work the walk right there. Can't ask for a better start for Souderton.
Miller recently committed to Misericordia. That one is down low, bounces off the plate, goes past the finish, and will allow a run to score. Cameron Nadolski on the wild pitch advances from third, and Souderton in front 1-0 in the top of the first. And on the wild pitch, York up to third, Byra to second. So runners in scoring position. Now for Sierra Miller, and you got that empty base to work with as well. And that was weird. Look, it went off kind of the lip of the plate and bounced right. No chance for DeFinis on that one. Wicked hop on the Pennsbury catcher. The 1-0 to Miller is down low.
Yeah, that happens to the best of us. I know my days in catching, you get a low changeup, off-speed pitch that just hits that corner or something, that thing can go flying.
It was right back to the backstop, and there's not a lot of room behind home plate here, but certainly enough room to advance the runners, score the first run of the afternoon. That's up the middle and through for Souderton. That will score 1, and they'll send both runners, Kaylee York and Madison Byra, score on the RBI single from Sierra Miller. And Souderton now up 3-0 in the top of the first. So talking about Freeband having a little early trouble with the strike zone today. It's Souderton with an aggressive attack at the plate that has led to 3 quick runs. And now at bat for them, Olivia Plinky takes a strike.
Yeah, Souderton is just doing a great job of just reading these pitches that are coming their way. Got to give credit to the hitting coach on that one.
The 1-0 from Freeband. Fooled her there. 1-1 count. Next up for Souderton, they will visit Council Rock North.
Oh, no, it's a 0-2 count, they just said. Oh.
Yeah. 0-2. All right. Looked like that one was low.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Struck her out. Big strikeout for Freeband. Gets Plinky swinging. And with 2 away, she'll work to Michaela Mihilchik. Mihilchik, the catcher for Souderton. And with 2 down, they still have Miller over there on first base. That's wide snap throw down, and Miller able to get to the bag in time.
You know, it's interesting when a high school team, they don't have like team helmets, so everybody comes up with different colored helmets. It kind of freaks me out.
Throws you off a little bit, especially when the helmet is orange and black.
Yep.
As is the hat for Mihilchik up there.
And that's like the last batter, their hat was like purple and green. Helmet, excuse me.
The 1-0 in there. Souderton got things going. A double from Nadolski got him going, and then Sierra Miller with a big payoff drives in 2 with her single. Just a little bit low there. So 2 balls and a strike. Catherine Jones waiting on deck for Souderton. And Coach Atkins said, you know, it's just a good group of girls that I'm working with this season. 2-1 pitch. That's a called strike. So Laney Freeband seeing the light at the end of the tunnel in the top of the first. 2-2 count to Mihilchik. Fires that one in there for a called 3rd strike. And Mihilchik is set down. So are the Souderton Indians in the top of the first. But they do damage. 3 runs come across for Souderton. And they get those 3 runs on 2 hits. And they leave 1 runner on base. So we're through a half inning. Pennsbury coming to bat. High school softball on the WBCB Sports Network. This is the McCaffrey's game of the day. McCaffrey's exceptional every day in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road in Yardley, and the Villages of Newtown at 2890 South Eagle Road. Thanks to DiLorenzo's Pizza, the Berg Pizza at 8919 New Falls Road in Levittown, owned and operated by 3rd-generation family member Tyler DiLorenzo. And Tyler uses the same recipes his great-grandparents did back in the 1940s in Trenton's famous Chambersburg section. Try the only original Trenton tomato pie or other great gourmet pizzas, including their mustard pie, soups, fresh salads, hot sandwiches, homemade pasta, all served in a safe, clean environment. Eat in or take out. Call DiLorenzo's at 215-943-2605, 215-943-2605. DiLorenzo's, the Berg Pizza, and they also do catering for all affairs. DiLorenzo's, we thank them for their support of high school softball today on WBCB. All right, let's take a look at the Pennsbury lineup for the Falcons today. Not a lot of changes, a pretty static lineup for Coach McSherry this season. Liv Zerniak leading it off. She'll play shortstop. Ava Storlazzi batting second and plays second base. Sam Robb batting third and plays third base, with Laney Freeband in the cleanup spot. And in the circle today for the Falcons, Hannah DeFinis batting fifth is catching, with Ellery Mahoney, their designated player, batting sixth. Lil Bogman is at first base, and she bats seventh, with Taylor Askey in center field batting eighth, and Presley Foote out in left field today. And their flex player, Bella Morales, plays right field, but up to bat here is Zerniak, Storlazzi, and Robb.
Against Penn Ridge in their last game, Liv Zerniak actually had the game-winning home run in the top of the 7th inning with a line drive home run to center field. And freshman leading off for a very deep Pennsbury team.
And playing a key defensive spot as well, Ben, at shortstop, takes a called strike.
Who was
from
that?
Maketa Schroding.
I'm kidding.
That's the one and only.
The one and
Ben
only.
Goldstein. He'll be with us for our De Laurentiis player of the game, passing along a gift card to the top player in today's action.
Yeah, it does a great job with those post-game interviews, too.
Inside there to Zerniak, 1-1 count.
I'll tell you what, though, Chris. I thought Freeban had some height in the circle. This girl right now is tall. Wow.
And a commit again to the University of Southern Florida, University of South Florida.
USF?
I think I've heard Jolovitz go on a rant about this because it's not really in South Florida. Like, you look at the map of Florida, and the University of South Florida is like right in the middle of the state.
Right,
I think it's near Orlando.
I thought the same thing. I didn't want to ever say anything because I knew a couple of people who went there, but I looked where it was and I'm like, yeah, that's not South Florida.
Yeah, it's a whole rant about knowing your geography.
Who was this? Jolovitz?
Yes.
That
yes.
sounds like a Jolovitz rant.
Zerniak swings through that one, strikes out, one away. Here's Ava Storlazzi.
I love seeing Jolovitz tweets.
Storlazzi steps up, slaps at it, and bounces it off the fence, protecting the Pennsbury dugout. But the University of Southern Florida, is it UCF or USF?
USF, because there is a UCF and
Yeah.
a USF, but I think the University of South Florida is USF, and UCF is University of Central Florida.
Bunt attempt there by Storlazzi. She offered at it and falls behind. No balls and 2 strikes to Schroding. Souderton, you got Byra at first base, Ponce playing second, York at shortstop, and Jones at third base today, the 0-2. Another slapper heads our direction. In the outfield, Nadolski, Miller, and hold on a second. I got Nadolski, Miller, and Nadolski.
Uh-oh.
That's not right. Nadolski, Miller, and Grace Christie. Out there, going left to right for Souderton. Another foul ball. I don't want to look down at my scorecard for too long because these foul balls are coming right at us.
Might be a dangerous.
Look out.
We're in the fire zone.
Storlazzi with Sam Robb on deck. Schroding sends that one in there, and it's also fouled off. Just a little late on the swings as Storlazzi, but battling, fighting, staying alive in there.
Yeah, just seeing a lot of her pitches. That's a good thing. Fouling off these pitches, it gives the rest of the batters, the rest of these hitters a chance to see what their pitcher is working with.
Ground ball, that is a foul ball.
Oh,
Just fouled by a couple of inches there along the third baseline.
that third baseman was loving that call.
Catherine Jones looked like she was going to be able to get Storlazzi, but with her wheels, you never know. Every play,
Yeah, especially after that bobble.
she hits it on the ground. She's pretty much safe. Yeah, one bobble is all it takes. Slaps that one into the dirt and foul. Last year, Souderton went 13-9, 9-7 in Suburban 1 League play. And man, what a really remarkable, maybe unexpected start for Pennsbury when you lose Ainsley McClure. That one also foul ball, that time on a line. And they graduated a lot of their top senior players.
Yeah.
And how far Pennsbury went in their district run and their state run, you would think you graduate that level of top talent, you're going to lose a little bit. I mean, they're still still playing some great softball. Again, a 9-1 record.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the JV team is undefeated still. Excuse me, I don't think it's JV anymore. I saw that on Twitter. So varsity is black, and then JV is orange because of the jerseys.
Gotcha.
But yeah, JV's still undefeated. Varsity's had a great start. So you just shown what this kind of culture here at Pennsbury with their softball program really is, and it's just been so successful year in and year out.
The 1-2 deep in the hole at shortstop is York, and her throw not in time to get Storlazzi. She's just too quick. Well played. So infield base hit for Ava.
Even if she didn't get a single there, that at-bat was a W because of how many pitches she fouled off and how many pitches she made the pitcher throw there.
Yeah,
it was just a plus that she got on. Sorry,
I was just gonna say her arm definitely is sore at the mound right now.
Definitely made her work a little bit. Now she'll work to Sam Robb. Robb takes a strike. Robb kind of a pull hitter, and she's got a lot of power to left field. Falcons looking to respond after Souderton plated 3. This one is on a bounce right back to the pitcher. Her play is to second. She gets it over to York in time to get the lead runner. They don't double up Robb, but 2 down. Sam Robb on at first on the fielder's choice. And Lainey Freeband now up to bat.
It is amazing, though, like we talked about, how good of a start this team is having, especially, like you said, of all that top talent that they graduated. They had their best pitcher, Ainsley McClure, graduate.
And I do attribute it, like you do, Gus, in a large part, maybe not entirely, to culture and to the feeder programs that are throughout Fairless Hills. And one of the things I was looking up the team and getting ready for today's game, and a lot of stuff on the Pennsbury Gems, and I've run into some of the players over at Puss in Boots when we were doing the baseball insiders over there. 0-1 pitch is down low. But you see that softball passion from a very young age, and the dream for the Pennsbury Gems players, it's not necessarily to be an NCAA player. It's to be with the orange and black at the varsity level. And, you know, they're kind of seasoned. A ground ball taken at third by Jones, and her throw gets Freeband, a 5-3 putout. And the Falcons set down in the bottom of the first, no runs. They do get a hit, and they leave 1 runner on base. So we're through 1 inning of high school softball with the Souderton Indians in front 3-0. We're coming back to Pennsbury High School in just a little bit.
Former Philly Tommy Green, and here's the pitch. It's time to fill up your pool. BCWSA offers easy and cost-effective bulk water delivery throughout Bucks County for $180. They will deliver 5,500 gallons of clean water right to your pool. It's a faster way to fill your pool, and you won't have the increased sewer bill by filling it yourself. And if you're on well water, you won't need to worry about the well drying up. Call BCWSA today at 800-222-2068, extension 113, and schedule water delivery, or visit bcwsa.net.
Catherine Jones leads off the top of the second for Souderton. She'll be followed by Grace Christie, and then back up to the top of the lineup for the Indians, Cameron Nadolski. So we got 8-9-1 for Lainey Freeband. Had some trouble in the top of the first and trails at 3-0. But maybe an opportunity to bounce back here as she works to the bottom of this Souderton lineup. Ben Goldstein, who's keeping some stats for us, was telling us that the 2 strikeouts that Freeband was able to get in the first inning both came after she ran into some trouble. Gave up the 2 RBI single. the 1-0. But that's talks about your competitiveness, I think, to bear down there and limit the damage, get those strikeouts.
Yeah, and you've seen it from her a lot this start of the year. Like I said, the last game I was able to see from her in the extra inning Counts Rock North game. It didn't start off great, but she was able to bear down, figure it out, and really turn things around.
The 2-0 in the dirt. Ben also telling me that her ball to strikeout ratio, not the best. I think we were saying 14 balls to 10 strikes in that first inning.
Yeah, now it's 17 balls to 10 strikes.
The 3-0, a 4-pitch walk, and Jones heads to first. And up to bat now is right fielder Grace Christie. Yeah, Souderton, the other thing they were looking forward to this season, they felt like they returned a lot of their core starters from last year. A year that was kind of up and down, but felt like they were already off on, kind of had all that experience to lean on.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss from Christie. But it's a tough league. I mean, whether you're talking SOL, Patriot, Colonial, you got really good softball at the 6A level. And so they've run into the likes of North Penn and the 0-1. Off the end of the bat, foul.
Yeah, North Penn, another one of those teams like Pennsbury, like their culture and their softball program is just so strong, and it's just been so successful year in and year out, no matter what class it is.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the Pennsbury assistants before the game, Gus, about North Penn and their pitcher. And their pitcher this year was a PA
Gatorade Player of the Year. Yeah, I remember watching her against Pennsbury at when we were doing, I think, the district final at Springford.
The 0-2 from Freeband.
Ooh.
Gets her swinging. Big strikeout there, and Christie is struck out, one away. And here is Nadolski.
Yeah, a little trickery to that pitch right there. Throw her off speed. Yeah, had a chance to get to it, but, just couldn't pull yourself away from it.
So now their leadoff hitter up to bat with one away. Nadolski, who had that double first time up. First pitch swinging again and sends that one through the middle out to center field for a base hit. Jones moves up a bag. Nadolski 2 for 2 with a double and a single, and she sets things up for Lily Ponce.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Chris, that pitcher for North Penn, she's actually one of their top pitchers and one of their top hitters, I believe. I think she could do it both ways, didn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think maybe where she's recruited, she's going to be a position player. She's recruited as a position player, even though she's so good in the circle. That one skips away from DeFinis, and both runners move up. So Nadolski to second, Jones at third. But they were saying that the year before they had their PA state player, they had a pitcher who was an All-American, which is really rare. They said most All-American players are from down south somewhere, and like talk about having an embarrassment of riches kind of. Falcons bring the infield in. As that's down a little bit low to Lily Ponce. Yeah, so you go from an All-American to a
Gatorade,
PA.
Gatorade Player of the Year nominee. That's crazy. Wow. It just goes to show you that culture and their program and how they can build talents up and stuff like that.
Freeband's 2-0. Skips up there. So in danger of loading the bases for the second time today. Freeband has her pitch. 3-0. Skips up there and gets away from DeFinis, but not far enough away for anybody to advance. So Ponce now at first with the walk.
Yeah, just having a hard time trying to find a strike zone right now. Having a little talk at the mound right here, having a little mound visit. Maybe we could straighten things out.
And maybe in part, Mackay, the reason for this visit might be because of who is up to bat for Souderton. Here you got Kaylee York, their shortstop. She walked and scored a run her first time up, but just a solid all-around player, senior leadership, and as we mentioned, we'll be playing softball at Ryder. And with the bases loaded, she's got an opportunity to bust this one open.
Yeah, really turn this thing around, get back-to-back innings with crooked numbers.
Souderton's got him loaded, and Freeband now steps up. And another one down low. So that was pitch number 41, or that was pitch 40? That was pitch 40 for Freeband.
Yeah, and I know with the pitching motion, it's a lot different from in softball than it is baseball. You can really just keep going, and it doesn't hurt the arm as much. But you got to think with Freeband how much he's pitched. His fatigue's kicking in.
The 1-0 line drive out to right field. Bella Morales is there, makes the catch, but tagging at third is Catherine Jones. So Souderton, they make it 4-0 on the sacrifice fly from Kaylee York. And York gave that a ride. Well played out there by Morales to make the grab. So 2 down. Runners at first and second, and here is Madison Byra at the plate. And Byra takes a strike. First time up, Byra walked, and she was driven in by Sierra Miller, who waits on deck. 0-1 pitch. Had her way out in front of that offering.
Yeah, another changeup. She just pulled the string back on.
Got some more Pennsbury athletics for you later this week. We'll be back here on campus at Vic Napolitano Field for some baseball on Thursday.
Oh.
That one just a little bit wide.
Wow.
And then on Saturday, weather permitting, doesn't look like it's going to be a great weather day, but we're supposed to be at Trenton Thunder Stadium as the Pennsbury Falcon baseball team will take on the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. The 1-2. Ooh, just off the end of the bat there, and Byra stays alive.
Yeah, the way that sounded, it sounded like it literally hit the end of the bat, like to hit the knob.
Yeah, definitely some weird sounds on that swing. Freeband spins that softball and is ready. Her 1-2. Ground ball. Storlazzi charges her throw in time to get Byra. So a ground out to end the top of the second. But Souderton, they tack on one more. They get that run on one hit. And they also get the sacrifice fly driving in the run. They leave 2 on base. As we go to the bottom of the second, high school softball on WBCB. I brought the new copy of our Jammer Doors spot, Ben, so we'll get you on this in a little bit. But right now, I'm going to let everybody know spring is here. Time to view the world through Jammer Doors and Windows, a family-owned and operated local business since Babe Ruth started playing for the Yankees in 1920, and today Jammer continues to swat home run sales, service, and installation of garage doors and openers, entry doors, patio doors, storm doors, and windows. Jammer Doors, they feature Raynor garage doors, steel or aluminum, and crafted for durable, long-lasting service. Jammer Doors and Windows, they do their own work and installation using no subcontractors, saving you money. Avoid the big box stores and save with Jammer Doors and Windows. Their showroom at 2850 Brunswick Pike on Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville, and their Yardley showroom is open by appointment. Call 215-493-7709. That phone number again, 215-493-7709. Jammer Doors and Windows, bottom of the second. And for the Pennsbury Falcons, again, they continued to work against Schroding, and Hannah DeFinis sees her first pitch. It's down low for a ball. For the Falcons here, they got the 5, 6, and 7 spots in their lineup. Ground ball down the third base line. It's fair, handled by Jones, and she gets to finish with the ground out, 1 down. Nice crisp play by Souderton defensively. Now at bat for the Falcons is Ellery Mahoney. She's their designated player. Takes a little bit wide from Schroding. A couple of changes to this Pennsbury lineup. Normally they would have junior Anna Evanchik in there. We saw her. That's a bouncer. Nice play by Ponce. Takes it on the short hop and gets Mahoney. But Anna Evanchik dealing with, like, I think some concussion stuff.
Oh, really?
Going on.
Oh, no, that's not good. She's been one of their best bats in this lineup so far this year.
You know, you never know with those concussion things.
Yeah,
like, sometimes
yeah.
it can just be minor, but I think the Falcons just trying to err on the side of caution. And
Now, did she get that? Was that something during? Yeah, I wonder if it was during softball or maybe outside. It's interesting.
At the plate.
Concussions, you can get them anytime, really. They're a crazy thing. You can fall and get a concussion.
Little Bogman at the plate for the Falcons with 2 down here in the bottom of the second. And that one is fouled off. So Schroding in front. An 0-2 count here to Bogman. Pitch fouled up into the backstop. Well, one thing that Souderton has proven here, they are indeed a capable team. And they've taken it to the Falcons in the early innings. 3 runs in the first, added 1 more in the second. And it's a good start here to the bottom of the second for Schroding. Her 0-2, a little bit low. She's got her sights now set on a 1-2-3 inning. The 1-2 pitch, grounded, taken at second by Lily Ponce, and she'll throw to Byra in time. I thought that maybe was going to get through for a base hit, but instead it's out number 3. Bogman grounds out, and the Pennsbury Falcons are set down in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. A 1-2-3 inning for pitcher McKenna Schroding. So we're through 2. It's Souderton 4, Pennsbury nothing. Back with more high school softball in just a moment.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more. McCaffrey's Food Markets, exceptional every day. Family owned and operated for over 40 years, McCaffrey's is part of your community and a very proud supporter of our local high schools. For true value on the freshest meats and produce to their own prepared food department, to everyday savings on your necessary items, McCaffrey's is exceptional every day. And it's in your neighborhood in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road, Yardley. The Villages of Newtown at 2890 South Eagle Road, and also in Bluebell, Princeton, West Windsor, and the best of McCaffrey's in Doylestown.
Sierra Miller steps up to bat for Souderton as we go to the top of the third. And Freeband winds and fires and misses down low. Had some trouble, did Freeband, in the second, giving up 2 walks. And actually, between the first 2 innings that she's been in the circle, been 4 base on balls for Souderton. The 1-0. There's a strike.
Whew.
1-1 count. Sierra Miller with a 2 RBI single her first time up. Yeah, sometimes you got to do a little hustling between innings.
Yeah, I had to run real quick. I had to use the bathroom for a second.
Take care of some business. The 1-1, a pop-up. Zerniak under it, makes the grab. So 1 down.
Nice pitch, Laney.
Up to bat is Olivia Plinky. Plinky, a strikeout victim her first time up. Next one from Freeband's going to be her 50th pitch.
See, this is the helmet I was talking about. Purple and like a greenish teal.
It just doesn't go.
It doesn't go with the red and white.
This team is clashing.
Oh, smoked.
And they're clashing with Pennsbury today in a big way.
Damn.
That time a line drive single by Plinky out to left field.
They're really hitting Laney right now. And like I said, like the pitching motion's different from softball and baseball. You can just keep throwing and not really hurt your arm. But you got to think, at the much Freeband's pitch this year, the fatigue's got to probably be kicking in a little bit.
And at this point, too, you're thinking, you can't give up any more runs. You got to keep your team in this game. Sometimes you can tighten up in these kind of situations. Mihulchik at the plate, takes down low. Certainly Pennsbury far from out of it, but you got to have one of these innings got to be a shutdown kind of statement inning for Freeband.
Yeah.
Maybe just to lift her team up and give her offense that feeling like, they're not out of this thing, that's for sure.
With the way Pennsbury's offense has been this year, they're definitely, no matter what the score is, you can never consider yourself out of it. It's just the bigger the lead gets, the harder it's going to be.
Yeah, that's a good point. They have come up with some big numbers this season. Swing and a miss.
It's like the Phillies. You know you're going to score runs. You just got to limit your opponent to less runs.
That's kind of the name of the game.
It kind of is. You score more than the other opponent.
2-1 count here to Mihulchik. That's down low in the dirt. And it seems like that's where Freeband has been missing. She's
low.
In the dirt, down low. Really challenging to finish behind the plate. The catcher's done a pretty good job defensively. I mean, one wild pitch got behind her, but nothing you could do about that. 3-1 in there.
Yeah, and I felt like after the mound visit in the last inning, she kind of did like a great job of regrouping herself, being able to get those last 2 outs to get herself out of that inning.
Well, last time she was able to get Mihulchik looking. The 3-2. Does it again. Called third strike. And Mihulchik back to the dugout. There's 2 down.
Ooh, that was a good pitch. Ooh, right on the outside corner, painting that thing.
He's just doing a great job working on that release point. Just working it up. She's been having a hard time just working that strike zone, keeping it low, a lot of these pitches.
Jones swings through that one. Catherine Jones last time up. She ended up scoring on a sacrifice fly from Kaylee York. That 4th Souderton run. The 0-1. Little dribbler that will dribble foul on the first base side.
Good hustle, Hannah. Way to get on it.
The 0-1 count at the plate for Jones. Oh, 0-2 count here.
0-2 count.
Freeband winds and fires, and we'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes after that one's fouled off. Some varsity softball in front of us, JV action behind us as Souderton is here. No baseball action on campus today, but we'll be back on Thursday for their game. Got a home game Thursday and a special venue on Saturday as they'll be at taking on Hopewell Valley at Trenton Thunder Stadium, Arm & Hammer Park. The 0-2 to Jones. Ground ball. Storlazzi at second will flip over to Bogman. And Souderton retired here in the top of the third. And this time they are held scoreless by Freeband. No runs, they do get a hit, and they leave that runner stranded. So after 2.5, still a 4-0 game, Souderton on top. All right, you ready, Ben? All right, let's see here.
And yes, Ben, we are live.
Let's do this one again. All right, Jammer Doors with the whole Babe Ruth thing.
Spring is here, and it's time to view the world through Jammer Doors and Windows, a family-owned and operated local business since Babe Ruth started playing for the Yanks in 1920. And today, Jammer continues to swat home run sales, service, and installation of garage doors and openers, entry doors, patio doors, storm doors, and windows. Jammer Doors features Rainer garage doors, steel or aluminum, and crafted for dependable, long-lasting service. Jammer Doors and Windows do their own work and installation using no subcontractors, saving your money. Avoid the big box stores and save with Jammer Doors and Windows. Visit their showroom at 2850 Brunswick Pike, Business Route 1, Lawrenceville Yardley. Showroom open by appointment, or call 215-493-7709. Again, that's 215-493-7709.
Hey, before you put that microphone down, tell everybody how they can find out more about Philly Sports Reports and what you're doing online and stuff.
Yeah, so my website is called phillysportsreports.com. It's the new era of Philly sports articles every day on the Big 5 Philly sports teams, the YouTube channel.
Got stuff up there on the draft?
There's stuff on the draft. There's a few mock drafts up there. Big day on Thursday. So again, phillysportsreports.com to check out the website.
Taylor Askey at the plate for the Falcons, and that's going to be through on the left side. Base hit. She finds a hole in the Souderton defense. 1 on, nobody out for Presley Foote.
Was that the first hit today?
Nah, that was their second. They had a
Second.
infield base hit back in the first inning.
Okay.
Presley Foote, they say wheels, right? She's got speed and the ability to put the ball in play, and that is through up the middle. Base hit, back-to-back base hits, and station to station go the Falcons. Askey stops at second, Presley Foote now at first.
Yeah, back-to-back hits off back-to-back first pitch scenes. So maybe this Pennsbury team realizing, hey, maybe with some of these first pitch, she's giving you something to hit. So swing.
Yeah, this is what you like to see. You had your first shutout inning in the third. You want to come out here and get some runs on the board. It's only 4-0. You can still make ground with what you have.
Top of the lineup now for the Falcons. Shortstop Liv Zerniak at the plate. Takes a little bit wide.
Talented family, has her brothers on the baseball team.
McKenna Schroding winds and fires, and a swing and a miss. Taylor Askey takes a little bit of an aggressive lead off second, but then everybody just goes back to the bag. Askey at second, Presley Foote at first. Nobody out in the bottom of the third, and the Falcons looking to mount a comeback. That's a take, and looked high and away from our vantage point. Schroding winds and fires. And that one maybe looked a little bit up. Count now 3-1 to Zerniak. Ben mentioned she went deep. Was it the last game that they had? Yeah, that Penridge game. And there she takes a strike. And the count now 3-2. But now you get those 3-1 counts. Sometimes that's a great count for a hitter.
It's one of the best counts.
Now she's got to be careful. Swings. It's a grounder to short. The throw over to third is wide of Catherine Jones and safe all around for the Pennsbury Falcons. They tried to get Askey, and I don't know if the throw even would have been in time. Askey really was legging. I mean,
Yeah.
talk about wheels. She got down there pretty quickly. Zerniak at first, Presley Foote at second, and Askey at third. Bases loaded for the Falcons and Ava Storlazzi.
Yeah, that would have been a close play at
Steps up.
third, even if it was completed.
Yeah.
But with that, the shortstop going to the right there, first and second, plays out any bag. That was really the only play they had.
Slapped into play. The play at home in time to force out Taylor Askey. A nice decision there by Schroding. And there's one down. Storlazzi at first on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, and another first pitch swinging for Pennsbury.
Everybody else moves up a bag. Zerniak now at second. Presley Foote at third. And a 1-2 put out gets Taylor Askey. And now here is Sam Robb. Robb hits that one off her foot. That's a foul ball.
Good idea. You gotta go on that.
Does seem like the Falcons maybe a little bit more aggressive at the plate this time around.
Yeah.
You saw Robb taking a whack at that first pitch.
Yeah, you've seen it from the last couple batters now for Pennsbury.
The 0-1 down. A ball and a strike to Sam Robb.
Yeah, you got to give props to the head coach right there for making such a great in-game adjustment for just attacking straight on with these first pitches.
The 1-1 is in there.
That was a good pitch there.
That time it came like Schroding came with a couple of extra MPH on that one. She checks the wristband. And Schroding's 1-2. Ground ball to second. Ponce has it. And the throw in time to get Sam Robb, but Robb drives in another Pennsbury run. It's now 4-2, or 4-1. As Presley Foote scores. So now a 4-1 game with two down and two in scoring position for pitcher Lainey Freeband. That's right in there for strike one. Freeband maybe a little extra motivation as she can help her own cause. It hit her. Yeah, it went off her foot. So Freeband hit by the pitch. She's now on first base, and they'll send a courtesy runner for the pitcher, but the base is loaded for catcher Hannah DeFinis.
Who's this, Klump?
They're the pinch runner.
Yeah, I only know that because last game I couldn't read the name because McSherry's cursive. So I was like, I hope 32 don't come in the game, and she was the
There
very
she-
first courtesy runner.
Wouldn't you know it?
Well, exactly. It's always how it happens. A little, I guess, mishappening with the referee, the blue crew. I'm just calling him a referee. I hate calling baseball umpires referees by accident.
Yeah, it is Klump at first base, a courtesy runner for pitcher Lainey Freeband.
It was the cursive K, Chris. I couldn't figure it out.
First time up to finish with a ground out to third.
Big spot here for Pennsbury. The turntables could really turn.
Popped up, foul, and out of play.
Tables can turn. I said turntables. See, I saw that scene from The Office, and I can never say it right now. How the turntables have turned.
Well, this game could turn right around for sure. It's
Very quickly.
Falcons already with a run in the third. And with
Right up
bases
the
loaded,
middle.
it's a ground ball up the middle. More runs for the Falcons. They'll send two. The play to the plate is not in time. And then the runner advancing to third is tug out. That was Klump who tried to get the extra bag. The throw in time, but the Falcons get 2 runs. And now lead it, or excuse me, they trail 4-3. And so we're through 3 innings. And the Falcons right there, they get those 3 runs. Let's see here, 1, 2. I think I got them for 3 hits in the inning. They do leave some runners on base, but a good job by Pennsbury to get right back in this one. An SOL crossover game between the Falcons and the Souderton Indians. We're through 3, and it's a 4-3 game. Today's game brought to you by McCaffrey's Food Markets. Exceptional every day. McCaffrey's in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center. We thank them for their support of high school softball today. But McCaffrey's, they support high school softball, high school baseball, high school football. Really outstanding support here on WBCB. We thank them so much. Thanks also to BAI Security in Yardley. They now offer medical alerts for seniors, trip or fall, or homebound. They're the same medical alerts you see advertised on TV, but they're now available from BAI Security and monitored locally 24/7 by BAI. They also do fire extinguishers, sales, maintenance, inspection for complete security, including wireless security systems, remote systems, fire alarm systems, carbon monoxide warning systems, and now medical alert bracelets. You can call BAI Security in Lower Bucks at 215-493-1414. That's 215-493-1414, or visit BAInow.com. Well, the Falcons got right back in this game with 3 runs in the bottom of the third, and here in the top of the fourth, Grace Christie at the plate for Souderton, and cuts through that one for strike 1. Christie, a strikeout victim her first time up. So it'll be 9-1-2 spots in the lineup here for Souderton. Time Christie takes low.
This helmet matches. Just
You got
white.
the white.
It's just white.
It works. The 1-1 swing and a miss.
Good out there, lady. Looking good.
It makes me think about those City Connect uniforms
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
that are out there in the major leagues this year. And actually, separate from that issue, how about Nike taking over the major league uniforms, right? And then they decided, you know what, we can't make a green uniform. The 1-2 swing and a miss as Grace Christie strikes out. I don't know, that whole controversy got stirred up before the season began, that Phillies love to wear the green on St. Patrick's Day. And for whatever reason, Nike, I guess,
They
said,
couldn't get green.
we're going to make 3 or 4 jerseys, and
That's it.
that's it.
Yeah, now they have a new rule that each team is only allowed like 5 jerseys to pick from.
Maybe it was based on that.
Yeah, it was something like
Yeah.
that where the Phillies already have 5 jerseys, so if they wanted a St. Patrick's jersey for one day, they had to get rid of a whole jersey for a season.
Nadolski at the plate. She's 2 for 2 with a double and a single today. She has really been seeing it well.
It might be worth to get rid of those red getaway day jerseys for one day for a green jersey, in my opinion.
Hot take from Ben Goldstein here. No, I don't disagree. The 1-0 out to right field, but drifts foul. No play out there for Bella Morales, the Pennsbury flex player.
Well, I have read reports that the Phillies are going to get City Connect soon. I don't think it's this year, but next year. And when that happens, they said they're going to have to get rid of one of their uniforms, and it's they have to do it because Nike's making every team get a City Connect.
I think Nike said that the City Connect doesn't count towards the jersey number. It's like an extra one.
Thank gosh.
1-1 count to Nadolski. Ground ball through, and she's now 3 for 3 today. She's on fire. A double, 2 singles, and with 1 down, Nadolski at first base. Up to bat is Lily Ponce with 1 away. And I know the whole thing is kind of silly when you think about Major League Baseball and all the revenue that they get. These teams, high school teams, sometimes they can barely get 1 uniform together. I'd like to see these teams with
5 different outfits.
Like a fashion coordinator. First one, and then a snap throw down. First one to Ponce is wide. To finish, snaps it down, but back to the bag is Nadolski. Trying to control that Souderton run game. DeFinis looks into the dugout, sends the pitch out to Freeband, who's set to go. 1-0, maybe just a little bit low. That's the other thing. Seems like our home plate umpire today has maybe a little bit of a higher strike zone, and Freeband
likes to work
naturally
low.
is down low. Hasn't been getting some of those low strikes. 2-0, fouled off.
Yeah, definitely what you've seen, especially since the game we saw with Council Rock North, the umpire, that one, liked the strike zone low, and you saw Laney just taking advantage of it, having 23 strikeouts that game. Now this umpire likes to work it a little high, and she's struggling a little bit.
That's amazing, 23 strikeouts.
204 pitches, Chris.
I guess
absurd.
The 2-1. A little bit low. Didn't miss by much. A 3-1 count. Here to Lily Ponce. She's 0 for 1 with a walk.
You're always taught, though, as a pitcher that you would rather, if you're going to work anywhere, you need to work low. If you're going to miss, you'd rather miss low.
Well, there's a miss low, and it's ball 4 to Ponce. So she's now at first base. Nadolski at second. And here is the dangerous Kaylee York. She's got a walk and a run scored, and she launched one out to right field, a line drive that ended up working out for Souderton. Was a sacrifice fly. I mean, if that one was a little bit further in the gap, that could have been big trouble for Pennsbury because they had the bases loaded at the time. Take strike 1. Pennsbury fans reminding Bella that last one came out there to right field to her. Freeband's 0-1 pitch. Foul ball, and now, the pitcher in control, and you don't want to give York anything, too good to hit. Maybe work the corners here. Try to get her to chase one of those off-speed pitches, maybe.
Definitely don't want to give her something that she can drive, because you saw this game. She can smoke the ball.
Oh, 2 pitch. That's taken out to center field. Is going to drop for a base hit. And Souderton, they just got to move up 1 bag as Cameron Nadolski goes from second to third. Ponce now at second base, and York at first. And the 3rd time today that Souderton has loaded the bases. Now, fortunately for Pennsbury, it hasn't worked into big offense for Souderton, but Madison Byra going to have something to say about that right now. She's in the batter's box. And sends that one out to Storlazzi. She knocks it down, sends it home, and safe is the call at home. They say off the plate was Hannah DeFinis. She wasn't touching home plate, and the home plate umpire turns to the Pennsbury dugout and indicates about how far she was off the bag by a few inches.
Yeah, and see, home plate, it's one of those harder bags to straddle because it's like sinking into the ground. It's not like first, second, or third that's popped up where you can put your foot on the edge. Got to try to like put your foot on top of it and hope for the best.
So now 5-3, Souderton in front. Nadolski scoring on that play.
Yeah, and it's actually the exact same way how Pennsbury won their game in extras against Council Rock North. There's a play at home that the throw beat the runner, but the catcher didn't have her foot on the home plate.
At the plate now for Souderton, Sierra Miller. Big cut there, 1-1 count to Miller. Miller 1 for 2 with a 2-run single back in the first inning. Ground ball, sharply hit foul. Bounces off the fence just in front of us.
I really hope, it's sad to say this, I wish one of those would hop up so I could try to make a play on it.
I feel protected by this fence, and
This fence is very protective.
I think if one bounced up like that, it would break the, I don't know, my feeling of confidence. I can't afford that. The pitch into Miller is sent out to right center, and that's going to drop in for a base hit, and another run will score for the Souderton Indians. This time crossing the plate is Lily Ponce. And Souderton continues to pour it on. 3 in the first. They got a run in the second, and now they've added 2 in the 4th inning.
Yeah, these balls are just perfectly played because you look at these Pennsbury outfielders, they're just playing so far back that these little bloopers are just falling perfectly into no man's land.
Yeah, not making the kind of great contact, but they're beating this Pennsbury defense as Plinky at the plate takes strike 1. Well, Coach Atkinson before the game said that their hitting has been improving this season, and that's one of the things that she's looking for the team to come together as the season goes on, and that's well hit. Another base hit for Souderton, and they're going to hold up Byra at third. Another run scores. This time it's Kaylee York across the plate for Souderton, and that makes it a 7-3 game. At time Plinky, that was pretty solid contact. And results in another Souderton run. And still just 1 out in the inning. Stepping up for the Indians is Michaela Mihilchik now. Mihilchik has been rung up a couple of times. And takes a first pitch strike. We got 10 runs up on the scoreboard today, and a lot of action so far in this one between Pennsbury and Souderton. And another strike in there to Mihilchik. But unfortunately for Pennsbury, a lot of the action has been for the Indians as they continue in the 4th. The 0-2 got her swinging this time. So 2 down now. And Catherine Jones up to bat. Catherine Jones with a walk, a run scored, and a ground out. Souderton still with the bases juiced. Ground ball, that could be trouble, but taken confidently by Bogman, and she flips over to Storlazzi in enough time to retire the Souderton Indians here in the top of the 4th. But Souderton with 3 more runs. They get those 3 runs on 1, 2, 3. I think I got them for 4 hits in that inning. And they leave 3 runners on base. So a lot of action through 3.5 innings of high school softball on the WBCB Sports Network. And today's game brought to you by DiLorenzo's Pizza, the Berg Pizza, 8919 New Falls Road in Levittown, owned and operated by third-generation family member Tyler DiLorenzo, and he uses the same recipes his great-grandparents did back in the 1940s in Trenton's famous Chambersburg section. Try the only original Trenton tomato pie, other great gourmet pizzas like their mustard pie, soups, fresh salads, hot sandwiches, homemade pasta dishes. It's all served in a safe, clean environment. Eat in or take out. Call DiLorenzo's at 215-943-2605. 215-943-2605. DiLorenzo's, the Berg Pizza. They also do catering for all affairs. DiLorenzo's in the Vermilion Square, 8919 New Falls Road in Levittown. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Open Fridays and Saturdays till 9 p.m. And Sundays open noon to 8:30. Closed on Mondays. DiLorenzo's, the only original Trenton tomato pie, as the Pennsbury Falcons back up to bat, bottom of the fourth. And it's a first pitch ball to Ellery Mahoney. And Mahoney takes a ball and then takes a strike. 1-1 count to the Pennsbury designated player. Are you up with these chants, Gus?
I love the nacho cheese one.
Nacho cheese. All right. Swing and a miss.
I was going to point it out earlier, but there was a ball called and the ball birds came out. Ball. I like the 1-2 when Starlazzi comes up. Hey, we want some Ava.
Hey, speaking of some Ava, I just saw some Pennsbury news.
Yes.
As the pitch comes in, a little bit wide there to Mahoney, Ava Ciola has found a spot with Columbia University in the Ivy League Division I.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising, but after thinking about it and stuff like that, it makes sense. She was such a good student. What she wants to do with her career, it makes sense to go to an Ivy League school.
The 2-2. Ellery Mahoney strikes out swinging, one down.
And it's not like she's not going anywhere. It's still D1, still have opportunities to go to the bracket, the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, and you look at what Columbia has done over the past bunch of years.
Yes.
They just gave their head coach a new deal.
Yeah.
But she's been really successful running that program, so
yeah, and I've been
best of luck.
able to look at some Ivy League girls basketball on hand. One of my instructors at my broadcasting school was the play-by-play commentator for the girls UPenn team. So I was able to go there, see some Ivy League girls basketball, and it's no joke. It's some real deal basketball. So it's good for Ava to finally found a spot.
That's in there for a strike. And I was looking also, like I ended up going down the Columbia rabbit hole a little bit,
Yeah.
and I Google mapped them. Right, they're right in New York City. I didn't realize.
I didn't realize they were in New York either.
Oh, one pitch. That's kind of my daughter's dream, to go to school in an urban setting. I mean, she's talked about D.C. and talked about New York, but Columbia would be pretty awesome. But maybe if you could get a scholarship, that'd be nice, because that's a pretty hefty price tag.
So I don't know how that works with the transfer portal, but obviously she had a full ride at Maryland. You think that transfer over to Columbia? I would assume so. Yeah. They would just have to probably give her one of their scholarships this year, I believe.
The 1-2 ground ball on the right side and through. Lily Bogman with a base hit. She's aboard with one away, and here's Taylor Askey.
That ball took a little funky hop over several Souderton players.
Yeah, hopping right on through the infield there, Mackay.
Yeah.
Well, it was just Easter not long ago. Peter Cottontail's here.
Hippity hopping right down the Easter way. Thank you for that, Gus.
I had to.
Ground ball foul on the first base side. Taylor Askey with a base hit so far in her only plate appearance in today's game. McCaffrey's game of the day on WBCB. Falcons trailing at 7-3, and Askey lays down a bunt. That's going to be some trouble, and they're not going to get her. Schroding went off of her glove, eventually was picked up by Jones, but that little bobble is enough for Askey to make her way to first base.
Yeah, an absolute beaut of a bunt, too. Just laying it down third base side in between the third baseman and pitcher.
And kind of showed late.
Yeah, very late. It looked like as soon as that pitch was coming, it was like one of those late bunts that just drop it down and burn it out to the ground.
Now Presley Foote looking to keep it going. She's got a base hit and a run scored and takes ball one.
Make her work, make her work.
So Askey at first, Bogman at second, one down. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Schroding's pitch down low is fouled off by Foote. Schroding again looks over, and I don't know if they're relaying some signs directly to the pitcher, but she checks that wristband, delivers again, and it's a foul tip at the plate. Kind of a check swing foul by Foote.
Yeah, those are the worst.
Yeah, she was trying to hold off on that one, and the ball just found her bat.
It always seems to happen that way.
Schroding is set, the 1-2. Gets her looking.
Found that corner, got that strike.
So 2 down. And the Falcons flip the lineup as Liv Zerniak gets her third time up at the plate. Third time to see Schroding. As the righty delivers, misses down low.
So we got a big day coming up for Eagles on Thursday.
I was doing my Merrill Reese impersonation this morning on the WBCB morning show. The pitch comes in, ground ball. Not fouled by much down that third base line. But Merrill was saying at our WBCB draft show, I don't think they're going to take Bijan Robinson. But if they do, I'm going to be as excited as any fan.
Yeah.
And so I think kind of managing expectations, and I mean,
Yeah, because realistically,
he might not even be there.
I don't think so. But realistically, you look at it, is it one of their top position priorities that they usually have? No. But
The
that was a great
1-1
pick.
popped up out to right field. In for it is Christie, and she makes the catch. And the Falcons threaten, but they come away without a run in the bottom of the fourth. And we're through 4 complete. 7-3, Souderton on top. That inning for the Falcons, no runs. They do get 2 hits, and they leave 2 runners on base. All right. We're through 4, and we'll step aside, return to action in just a little bit on the WBCB Sports Network.
1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
All right, back to high school softball on WBCB. We go to the top of the 5th. And Grace Christie, who just made that catch out in right field, leads off the inning for the Indians. She struck out a couple of times to Freeband, who delivers up high for ball 1.
Come on, Laney. Go right after her.
I think the other draft report that was on the news on WBCB today, the 1-0 pitch. And that's a little line drive, a diving catch by Storlazzi. A little weak liner, and Storlazzi reads it well and makes the grab. So Christie retired, 1 down. Yeah, today's report was about Jalen Carter probably not being there when the Eagles pick at 10.
Yeah, I wouldn't think he would be there. He is if it wasn't for his off-the-field issues and all these quarterbacks, he would be the first overall pick.
Pitch number 90 coming up here for Laney Freeband in the circle for Pennsbury.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that's what I've been seeing, him falling down in the mock drafts, really, to us. But like you said, if it wasn't for the off-court stuff, a lot of people think that he'll be, top 5, maybe number 1.
Well, we shall see. Draft is coming up on Thursday. Cameron Nadolski at the plate for Souderton. Indians have scored in every inning but the third, as that one's ripped foul.
I think the best possible scenario for the Eagles right now, have one of these quarterbacks fall, have a team be quarterback needy, try to trade up, and just get a haul for that pick. Get a couple picks next year, get a couple picks this year, because then you could still fall back in the first round, get 2 first-round picks, and pick up 3 or 4 extra picks.
The 0-2 from Freeband is rolled up there for a ball.
That's if a quarterback falls.
Quarterbacks are such a hot commodity,
Yeah.
I feel like, in every single draft class.
And they don't even have to be that good, and yet teams will still reach.
Yeah.
Well, WBCB also your spot on the radio dial for Eagles football. 1-2 pitch, grounder to short. Zerniak's got it, and her throw gets Nadolski, and there's 2 down.
I think if that did happen, if we did trade back, I wouldn't be surprised if the pick was Alabama safety Brian Branch. It's probably, everybody talks about the running back. Your biggest hole on your team right now is safety. Your best safety on the team is Reed Blankenship.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I feel like the biggest need for the Eagles is a safety.
Up the bat now for Souderton, Lily Ponce.
That's all I'm really asking for is a safety in this draft.
One of them.
Yep.
Ponce takes inside. She's had a good eye so far at the plate. She's walked a couple of times. Has come around to score one of Souderton's 7 runs in this game. At time, Freeband, like she kind of lost that one a little. I know the grip just a bit, but ends up drifting high and away.
Yeah. And like we talked about in the pregame here, that Souderton, this could be one of those teams that the record-wise probably not matching how they play, and today they've shown they can really play.
The 2-0 down low, and Ponce goes for it.
Yeah, just the true definition of our record does not define us, because they came out here really just ready to play, putting up 3 in that first inning, and have not really looked back.
2-1 count, Freeband set, winds, fires, off the end of the bat, over to Storlazzi. She's got it, and throws out Lily Ponce. So nice 1-2-3 inning for Laney Freeband. She sets down Souderton in the top of the 5th in order for the first time today. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on for the Indians, but they still hold a 7-3 lead in today's high school softball game as we're heading to the bottom of the 5th. And I'm going to send it over to Gus. You ready for me? We're going to take care. Got some sponsors to recognize, and then we'll be right back with more high school softball on WBCB.
Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems, and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more.
All right, I'm going to put Ben on the spot with another live read. We're here from Pennsbury High School today, some high school softball on WBCB. And big thanks to McCaffrey's.
You're listening to the McCaffrey's Food Markets Game of the Day. McCaffrey's exceptional every day in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road, Yardley, and the villages of Newtown, 2890 South Eagle Road.
All right, for the Pennsbury Falcons, thanks, Ben. Got the heart of the lineup here in the bottom of the fifth. Storlazzi, Robb, and Freeband facing McKenna Schroding. And Schroding's done a nice job just spreading the hits out. Falcons did get to her in the third, excuse me. They had 3 hits in the third inning.
It's our first Falcons fly, Chris. Do the Falcon
This
flag.
is everybody. This is
Falcons.
people on the WBCB Sports Network.
Everybody start flapping.
1-0 count. And a bunt is shown. I think she pulled it back.
Did she? It looked like she may have offered at it, but they did call it a ball.
And maybe she gets when you have that slap approach, she kind of steps up
Yeah.
there. She pulls the bat back at the last second to 2-0. Takes in the dirt. Well, likely Storlazzi taken here. Falcons need some base runners. And she does take. It's up at the letters. Ball 4. And Storlazzi has a leadoff walk in the bottom of the fifth.
I never understood how that slap swing kind of thing works, because it's like you're swinging and running at the same time. It's weird.
I mean, especially for a left-handed batter, though, if you put it in play, you're already kind of partially down the baseline. It can help you just leg out some more
We got
infield
Rob
base
on the
hits.
left-hand side.
Sam Robb shows bunt, pulls it back. The runner goes. Storlazzi takes second. The ball gets behind Mahilchik. And Storlazzi looked like she might try to take off for third, but she'll just take one bag on the steal.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why Rob does that. The first pitch, she'll go in the left-hander's box and then go back to the right. I'm assuming it's when a runner's on first and they want to steal, so they can't see the runner as good. But that's the only thing I can think of, because every single time she's done it, she hasn't even swung.
There's a swing, and that one's
Oh!
going to go through. Bounces over the glove of Jones. Storlazzi moves up to third, and so runners at the corners. Robb at first, and nobody out. Up to bat now, pitcher Laney Freeband. And before Freeband steps in, time is taken by Coach McSherry. And I don't know, maybe going to get somebody to run for Robb. McCaffrey's game of the day on WBCB. McCaffrey's Food Market's exceptional every day. Souderton today up 7-3. And yeah, I believe we're going to have a pinch runner.
All right, so,
All right, so
Klump
Klump
is pinch
again.
running, I think.
Yep. And she runs for Robb.
And Rob showing her excitement coming off.
Hoping that energy is contagious with her teammates right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I mean, this could be their moment to come back. Freeband shows bunt, pulls it back. The runner goes as Klump steals second. And the Falcons now with runners at second and third.
I would be assuming that Laney would be swinging here since they just swiped the bag, but then again, I've been wrong.
And again, even there where she's showing bunt, was that just to... Oh, that's a ground ball. Backhanded by Ponce at second, and she can't get it out of her glove in time. Safe all around for the Pennsbury Falcons. And they score to make it now 7-4. In from third base is Ava Storlazzi.
Yeah, the showing the bunt must just be a throw-off tactic with the pitcher and catcher when they're trying to swipe a bag.
I mean, that was a tough play there by Lily Ponce. I'm calling that one an infield base hit for Freeban. And now another courtesy runner. This time running for the pitcher is going to be Schubel. So Schubel takes first base for Freeban. Meanwhile, Klump is at third. At the corners for Hannah DeFinis. Falcons not going to go away without a fight. And we got a battle this afternoon at Pennsbury High School. DeFinis shows bunt. The runner takes off. And Schubel steals second. So now second and third for Pennsbury. Pennsbury applying the pressure on the base paths. Little small ball.
People say small ball is boring, but small ball can win you games. And winning games is all it's about.
That went down low there to DeFinis. I mean, we talked about it when Pennsbury was playing the Chamonix 2-0 delivery. Oh, that's in there for a strike. That Pennsbury was going to have to play more station-to-station baseball and not count on those big blasts. And so this inning kind of reflects maybe some of the style of play that they've got here this year. The 2-1 ground ball off the glove of York. And another run will score for the Pennsbury Falcons. It's now 7-5. In from third that time was Klump.
Just couldn't make a play up on that one. Came in red hot. Made a jump on her.
And Coach McSherry making some moves when it comes to the lineup.
Yeah, he's really shaking things around now. Who is this, Kondravi?
Kondravi, yeah. Kondravi again, Falcons with runners at first and third. This time it's Schubel at third. DeFinis at first. And that one too, another ball that just a difficult play for Kaylee York in the hole at shortstop there. And
yeah,
another infield base hit on my scorecard.
Yeah, definitely a play that could have been playable, but it was going to be a hard play nonetheless. So with that kind of play, yeah, like you said, it's just a base hit. Nothing you can really do.
And even if you backhand that cleanly to stop,
yeah,
your momentum's going one way to throw it back.
Exactly.
Would have been really tough. And so that all goes into making that one another base hit for Pennsbury. They've gotten 2 more runs in the 5th, and now they trail by just 2. With Kondravi up to bat for Mahoney. She turns, shows bunt, and again, they'll send the runner. And with the runners on the corners, you know, Falcons show bunt, the infield gets drawn in, and it makes for an easy stolen base.
Yeah, because every time somebody tries to swipe that bag in that situation, the infielders, they're not really worried about that runner. They're worried about the runner on third.
And Mihilchik doesn't have anybody to throw it to back behind the plate. Fouled off by Kondravi. And now she's behind, no balls and 2 strikes. But for Pennsbury, still nobody out in the 5th. The 0-2 from Schroding. Ground ball to first. The play at home. She is safe at home, so out at first is Kondravi, but she drives in another Pennsbury run to get them now within a run. 7-6 our score as Schubel scores from third. That's still just the first out of the inning, and up to bat now is Lil Bogman. Falls behind 0-1 after that cut.
Doesn't even need really a base hit here. Just get a ball up into the air, out in the outfield, and you can possibly get a sacrifice fly. Tie this bad boy up.
Bunted, and it drifts foul.
So close to just staying fair on that one.
Handed to Finnis, has to go back to third base. Almost looked like she had a double contact with that.
Yeah.
With that bunt. I don't think you can do that. You can't hit it twice,
Nope,
can you?
Can't do that. Actually, if you're out of the batter's box, I believe it's an automatic out.
The 0-2 from Schroding. Ground ball taken at second. The throw is to first, and we've got a tie game. Handed to Finnis, scores for Pennsbury as Lil Bogman drives in the tying run. She's forced out at first.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But with bases empty and 2 down, we're all even at 7.
All even. And it wasn't the sacrifice fly, like I said, but it was still a sacrifice to get the runner in.
And I think you were saying you just put it in play and something good could happen. And there it is, a tie game. The Falcons come back. They were trailing 4-0 in this one.
And that's the one thing with that kind of play. If you get it in the air, you pretty much can hit it anywhere. But if you put it on the ground in that situation, you have to hit it to the right side, and that's exactly where she hit it, right to the second baseman. Beautiful.
And Lily Pont, she was thinking about going home, but she made the right decision, I think, to get the shore out.
Yep.
Bounced up the middle. Base hit for Askey. So with 2 down, she's at first for Presley Foote.
Yeah, you just got to give credit to Pennsbury right here for just staying in this game, keep fighting, because Souderton looked like they might have been coming up with a win in this game, and Pennsbury is saying stop the brakes, we're making a run here.
Yeah, looked after that first inning, Souderton plated 3 runs. They added 1 more in the second. It looked like they might run away with this thing. Pennsbury says, hold on a second. And they've come all the way from behind, and we've got a brand new ball game. That one is low to Foote for ball 1.
Yeah, just like I said a couple innings ago, as long as this Pennsbury team keeps the damage to Souderton to a minimum, these bats were going to be able to keep them in the game.
A high bouncer on the infield. That's going to be a tough play, and safe at first is Presley Foote. She beats out the throw. I mean, you couldn't play it much better than Kaylee York played it, but just the high hop on that grounder allows Foote to get to first. So back-to-back base hits. Foote's at first, Askey's at second, and now Liv Zerniak ready to bat. But before her AB, a timeout called, and she'll talk with Coach McSherry just in front of us.
And, even when Pennsbury was down, they kept their energy high. They kept on, with Gus, with their cheers. Really kept it going.
Cheers are great. The cheers is what's getting this team back in here.
I think we can. This whole rally is based pretty much on the Falcon flap. Stolen base and a double steal for the Falcons. Sliding in there is Taylor Askey at third. That's where the play was, and behind her, Presley Foote.
I wonder if they called that a ball or a strike.
That's a 1-0 count.
Thought it was a ball.
Down low.
Zerniak though in a great position to give her team their first lead of the day.
Schroding's 1-1 pitch. A little bit low, and Zerniak goes for it. falls behind a ball and 2 strikes. Big moment here. Falcons have come all the way back to tie it up here in the 5th. And now with 2 in scoring position, Schroding can maybe work her way out of the inning for Souderton. Winds and fires. Popped up, drifting into foul territory, and will fall. A diving attempt over there by Grace Christie. Hat pops off and everything, but couldn't make the play. She had a long run to try to get to that one. So second life now for Zerniak.
Yeah, she just tossed her hat off the field.
She doesn't need it anymore,
I guess she don't. Oh. It's in her way.
Yeah. So we'll do it again. The 1-2 delivery. A little low, good take.
I always thought that was a little weird that softball players didn't have to wear a hat or not.
Yeah, you had that, like, in other sports, there's like uniform.
Yeah. Baseball, everybody's got to wear the hat and stuff like that, yeah.
Yes.
So one sport, you can either wear a hat, visor, nothing.
Pitch number 90 from Schroding. Line drive.
Oh!
That's through, out to center field. The Falcons take the lead. It's 8-7, and they'll score 2. 9-7 as Taylor Askey and Presley Foote score on Liv Zerniak's 2-run single. And we mentioned Zerniak's home run the other day in the Penn Ridge game. Comes up clutch right here for the Falcons. And now it's Pennsbury up 9-7 over Souderton.
Yep. The tables have turned, right, Gus?
You just
the
never know.
turntables have turned. Yeah, that ball was smoked up the middle.
And that one is just foul by a few inches down the third baseline as Storlazzi almost slapped that one out to left field.
Yeah, and if the way that ball was placed right there, if that stayed fair, that could have scored Zerniak.
Talk about a crooked number. 6 runs in the 5th for Pennsbury.
They really turned it up on this inning. Turn it.
That ball and then a snap throw down. But Zerniak.
Yeah, crazy to think
first.
they were down 7-3 before this inning, and now they're up 9-7. Wow. Just wow.
Big turnaround, and it kind of started with the first 4 batters for Pennsbury all reaching. Storlazzi with a swing and a miss. Yeah, a walk followed by 3 base hits. And then the Falcons really poured it on. The 1-2 from Schroding on the bounce into the glove of Jones, and she makes the play. A nice play by Catherine Jones. Well hit by Storlazzi, a sharply hit ground ball. But the play is made, and the Falcons are finally retired in the 5th. But talk about damage. They score 6 runs. They take the lead and now lead it 9-7 here in the McCaffrey's game of the day. Let's see, in that inning, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. Oh, 6. 6 hits. 6 runs on 6 hits for Pennsbury. Boy, they really got to Schroding there. We're through 5 complete. And the Falcons in front by 2. Today's game on WBCB brought to you by BAI Security. More than securing your home or business, BAI and Yardley, they now offer medical alerts for seniors. Trip or fall, and the same medical alerts you see advertised on TV, but they're now available from BAI, and they're monitored locally 24/7 by BAI Security. And BAI also offers fire extinguisher sales, maintenance, and inspection for complete security, including wireless security systems, remote systems, fire alarm warning systems, carbon monoxide systems, and now medical alert bracelets. You can call BAI Security in Lower Bucks at 215-493-1414. That's 215-493-1414, or check them out online, bainow.com. That's bainow.com. Top of the 6th. And now Lainey Freeman staked to a 2-run advantage. And she'll work to Kaylee York. York with a couple of runs scored herself. Also drove in a run with a sacrifice fly and a foul tip for strike one to the Souderton shortstop. Chris Ermer, Gus Barber, Makai Gundy, Ben Goldstein with you from Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. Quite a turnaround here today as the Falcons have come from behind. This is a dribbler down the third base line and dribbles foul. Smart play there by Sam Robb. She saw that was going to be foul. Almost looked like she was going to try to pick it up off the chalk, but realized she might not have a play on the speedy Kaylee Young.
Yeah, made the right decision right there. Just letting the ball work its magic, letting it go out foul.
So here's Freeband. She reaches the century mark as far as her pitch count is concerned with that offering. Shortstop Liv Zerniak handles it, and Haley York grounds out, one down. Here's Madison Byra. So Souderton held scoreless in the 5th inning in today's game. Now you find yourself trailing, and it's got to take some of the wind out of the sails for the Indians here today. It's something you have to, as a member of the Souderton team, you got to continue to fight, not feel like you just lost the game, although it feels that way a little bit with that big comeback. 0-1 pitch in there for a called strike.
Yeah, first time being behind today. This is going to have to be a different approach that they're used to in this game.
Yeah, and when you get behind for the first time like that, Makai, I mean, sometimes there's just a natural letdown, and they can't afford that. Freeband is ready to rock. 0-2. Ground ball that's through on the left side. A base hit for Byra. So with one away, she's at first base, and up the bat is Sierra Miller. Miller had a good day at the plate today. She's 2 for 3 with a couple of base hits, and so she's got 2 runs batted in. No, 3 runs batted in. Takes high and away from Freeband. McCaffrey's game of the day on WBCB. Great to have you with us. And mentioned earlier, had a lot of action in the early innings, and that has not let up. There's a lot of scoring, a lot of base runners. Freeband catches the inside corner. The only thing we haven't had today is a DiLorenzo's dinger.
Very upsetting.
Any home run. The 1-1 swinging in this. Nice pitch there by Freeband. Blew that past her. DiLorenzo's Pizza. Bringing you portions of today's game, including our post-game interview. Ben Goldstein will talk to our player of the game. 1-2 pitch. Got her. Strikes out Miller. And with 1 on, there's 2 down. Up the bat is Olivia Plinky, and she also has had some success. She's 2 for 3. A couple of base hits and a strikeout. And this would be big if Freeband can get her. First pitch is in there. Then in the 7th inning, she'd be facing the 7, 8, and 9 batters in that Souderton lineup.
Definitely the part of the lineup you'd rather be facing.
Yeah, avoid having that top of the lineup see you one more time. The 1-0. Ground ball backhanded by Zerniak. She picks it up, but is just going to hold on to that one wisely because she didn't have a play to get Plinky at first. So Byra moves up a bag. She's at second. Plinky aboard at first. And at the plate, looks like we may have a pinch hitter.
Come on, Laney, new hitter here. Bear down.
Yeah, this is Kendall Clemmer. Coach Atkinson said yet Clemmer is usually the first bat that comes off the bench for her. The other thing she mentioned, they have another pitcher in their in their program, Lindsay Detweiler, and Detweiler also a commit now. She's going to be going to Moravian College. The first one a little bit wide to Kendall Clemmer.
Moravian? That's a name.
.1-0 from Freeband, down low. It's amazing how many colleges and universities there are out there.
Yeah.
And we hear about these guys. I was mentioning Georgian Courts recently. Is like a school a couple of kids got recruited to, and I had never heard of Georgian Courts. As Laney Freeband looking for a new softball. But yeah, Moravian, I think Moravian's in PA somewhere.
So many different colleges, too, that I didn't even realize had, like, certain sports and stuff like that.
Right. And then you got all the Division I level, Division II level, Division III, the 2-0, a little bit inside.
There's junior colleges that a lot of people like to go to and get recruited from, especially the high-end ones.
I mean, even Bucks, the community college, had a pretty good baseball program.
Yep.
You talk about culture, you know, they love their baseball up there at the community college. That's in there for a strike.
Looking for a walk here. Come on, Laney.
Kendall Clemmer pinch hitting for Mahilchik. Looking at the 3-1. And she watches it go past. It's a called ball 4. And this is the 4th time the Souderton Indians have loaded the bases in today's game. So you got Clemmer at first, Plinky at third, Plinky at second, Byra at third base. And at the plate is Catherine Jones, but before she sees the first pitch, Coach McSherry takes a walk into the circle and joins, the whole team. It's like, the infield's in there, but so's the outfield.
Yeah, it's very rare to see that, I feel like.
And a very quick discussion there. Just a couple of words from Coach McSherry, and he heads back to the dugout. And now the JV team has joined the cheering squad behind us.
The cheering brigade.
The Fandemic crew is here. Pennsbury's own Falcon Fandemic crew. So bases loaded again for Souderton. Freeband had to do some tough work. Her first one is fouled straight back. Catherine Jones, after she fouled that one off, looked down to Coach Atkinson, almost like, boy, I want to get that pitch again. I maybe felt like she missed an opportunity. Freeband fires, and it's a line drive, but foul by about a foot down the first base line. That would have been a tie game for sure, and maybe could have cleared the bases for the Indians.
Oh, how this game is a game of inches.
And that is strike 2. So now Freeband ahead of the batter.
0-2 now, nothing fat. Hit the spot. You can throw anything in anything.
She's ready to go. 0-2 delivery, same spot, this time a little bit further foul.
Come on, Falcons. Let's do that.
I'll try to see if I can work the off-speed pitch right here.
Come on, lady.
Yeah, maybe not a bad idea because she's been late on those fastballs.
Yeah.
At the same time, you say, if you're late on my fastball, I don't want to give you something slower to hit. Bounce back to the mound. Freeband over to first in time to get Jones for out number 3. So a bouncer into the circle. And Souderton finally set down in the 6th. They load the bases, but they come away empty. No runs. They got 2 hits. And they leave 3 runners on base in the top of the 6th. So the Falcons in front, 9-7. McCaffrey's game of the day on WBCB. And we'll be right back with more on the WBCB Sports Network.
Former Philly Tommy Green, and here's the pitch. It's time to fill up your pool. BCWSA offers easy and cost-effective bulk water delivery throughout Bucks County for $180. They will deliver 5,500 gallons of clean water right to your pool. It's a faster way to fill your pool, and you won't have the increased sewer bill by filling it yourself. And if you're on well water, you won't need to worry about the well drying up. Call BCWSA today at 800-222-2068, extension 113, and schedule a water delivery or visit bcwsa.net.
New pitcher in the circle for the Souderton Indians as Lindsay Detweiler steps into pitch. Mentioned just a moment ago that she's headed to Moravian, and now she comes in relief of McKenna Schroding. Schroding throwing 94 pitches today, 30 balls, 33 strikes. She struck out 3 and had 9 swing and miss strikes to her credit today. But she exits the ball game with her team down 9-7, and the Falcons looking for a little bit more, looking to pad this lead in the bottom of the 6th. And Sam Robb gets them started, takes high. Yeah, they said there was another change for Souderton, but I'm looking around and I think Schroding. No. Ball sent out to left, but drifts into the trees and is a foul ball out of play. Detweiler is set, and that's down low for a ball. Two-one pitch from Detweiler is sent right back through the middle out to center field. Base hit. And Sam Robb, with nobody out, is at first base for the Falcons.
Come on now, help yourself.
Now Lainey Freeband, who's got a base hit and a run scored. Look out. Foul ball coming over our direction. base hit, run scored, and was hit by a pitch and a ground out so far today for Freeban.
That little bit to the left, we might have gotten taken out, Chris.
Yeah, that would have took our heads off for sure.
As long as it doesn't hit the camera. Foul ball out of play on the other side. We can be replaced, but that camera is critical.
That's pretty expensive camera.
These JV players probably could step up and do the play-by-play for us if they needed to.
Probably, honestly.
All right, we get a good softball out there, and nobody out for the Falcons in the bottom of the 6th. 0-2 count. Popped up sky high, calling for it. York has it. So 1 away. And up to bat, catcher handed to finish. How'd the JV team do today? What was the score? JV win 8-4. My man over here was saying you guys are undefeated. Is that right?
Is that true?
Gus knows.
I know, man.
Gus
I
knows.
told you.
1-0 pitch to DeFinis. Line foul.
I do my research, Chris. I do my research.
Gus is on top of it. Gus the bus.
Take a ride on the bus. Gus the bus. As I get you any information you need for sports.
A ball and a strike to DeFinis. That's outside. Well, like you said, that's kind of part of the Pennsbury success. You got a good varsity program and a good JV program, and you just keep moving those athletes through the system, and it's not like you rebuild, you just reload. Popped into the air right field, and Grace Christie has it measured and makes the catch. So with 2 down and 1 on, up to bat is Kondravi.
I think we just had a DoorDash come by.
Ben Goldstein got a power bar delivery. Popped up in foul territory, and Jones makes the grab just a few feet in front of us for out number 3. So the Falcons are set down in the bottom of the 6th. So last chance time here for Souderton. Falcons with no runs. They do get a hit, and they leave that runner on base. But they carry a 9-7 lead into the 7th inning. It's high school softball on the WBCB Sports Network. And spring is here. Time to view the world through Jammer Doors and Windows. Family owned and operated, a local business since Babe Ruth started playing for the Yankees in 1920. And today, Jammer Doors continues to swat home run sales, service, and installation of garage doors and openers, entry doors, patio doors, and they do all of their own installation. They don't use any subcontractors. And so you can save some money with Jammer Doors. 215-493 7709. That's 215-493-7709 for Jammer Doors and Windows, and we thank them for making portions of today's game possible. Stay with us after the game for the DiLorenzo's player of the game. DiLorenzo's Pizza, the Berg Pizza, the original Trenton tomato pie, the mustard pie, great gourmet pizzas just down the road from Pennsbury in the Vermilion Square. And Tyler DiLorenzo uses the same recipes that his great-grandparents did back in the 1940s in Trenton's famous Chambersburg section. Check out DiLorenzo's Pizza and join us for our player of the game as Ben Goldstein will talk. I don't know, outstanding player today. You got anybody
I would
that
go.
you're nominating yet, Ben?
I'm gonna go Zerniak since she hit the go-ahead run.
Yeah, I like that. That was Big hit in the 5th inning.
Big hit in the 5th inning, scored the go-ahead run, and never looked back since.
And we can also talk with her about the home run that she hit against Penridge. So she's been hot.
Yep. Hot the last couple days. See what she's been seeing at the plate, you know.
And now Liv Freeband with a first pitch strike. (9-1-2) for Souderton. Grace Crispy followed by Nadolski and Ponce. The 0-1. Fouled back and Freeband in front. What's Laney's line looking like? 120 pitches so far, 44 balls, 49 strikes. That ratio has improved through the game today, and she has struck out 6 while walking 4. And here she's ahead of Christie. The 0-2. Bounced back to Freeband, who's got an easy play over to Bogman, 1 down.
There you go. That's a good way to start.
Now Souderton down to 2 outs remaining, and they do have the top of the order coming up. Here's Cam Nadolski. Nadolski 3 for 4. Couple of singles, a double, couple of runs scored for Souderton. Fouls it back into the backstop. Kind of a weird, wacky game out there today, folks. It was 4-0 Souderton after the first 2 innings. Then Pennsbury started to mount a comeback. They got to within a run. It was 4-3, and then Souderton with 3 more runs in the 4th to stretch it back to a 4-run advantage, 7-3 at that point. But the Falcons were just waiting for that big 5th inning, and they plate 6 in the 5th. And right now, that's the difference, 9-7. The 1-1 from Freeband, lined towards the gap in right center. Morales over there to cut it off. And Nadolski continues to stay red hot at the plate. She's had a heck of a day, 4 for 5 with 3 singles, a double, 2 runs scored.
Wow.
But now she's got to count on her teammates. Souderton, they do bring the tying run up to bat. And it's Lily Ponce in the batter's box. Got a couple of ground outs, a couple of walks today. Takes down low. Freeband's got her pitch, but now the home plate umpire, Eric Fisher, has something to say to the Souderton dugout.
Oh, they got in trouble.
She's getting enthusiastic. I don't know what.
They got in trouble.
You got to go to detention. The 1-0 lined out to right field. Morales will scoop it and hold Nadolski to a bag. So Nadolski goes from first to second. Lily Ponce with a base hit. And it's runners at first and second for Kaylee York. Wow, and this was the part of the lineup for Pennsbury that you didn't want to see. I was saying if they could have gotten an earlier out last inning, maybe could have avoided these good hitters, but Souderton battled through the lineup to this point. And now Young has 2 on. First pitch swinging, fouls it off.
Come on, Lane. Come on, Falcons. Good game.
Kaylee York with a couple of runs scored. Also drove one in with a sacrifice fly. That's a ground ball up the middle. Rounding third and heading home And it's a one-run game as Souderton, Cameron Nadowski crosses the plate. And it's now 9-8. Kaylee York with the RBI single. She's at first, Ponce is at second.
Hey, let's go, Lynn.
And Madison Byra steps up to the plate. Byra with a base hit, her last time up. Popped up, drifting in foul territory, and Storlazzi bangs into the fence as she tries for the catch, doesn't come up with it, and she's able to pop right back up again. Looks like she's A-okay, thankfully. But a great effort by Pennsbury's Ava Storlazzi at second base, and Coach McSherry is going to come out and just make sure his star player is okay. And maybe even just ask, like, where she banged into the fence. So Storlazzi's okay. Wow, still alive at the plate is Byra.
That was a collision and a half with that fence.
Man, would have been an amazing play. I mean,
Yeah.
Falcons need to come up with some defense here. That one was just too far of a run for Storlazzi.
Yeah. Just missed the glove, though.
Almost a circus catch. The
Yeah.
0-1 pitch fouled back. And Freeband ahead of Byra. 0-2.
Spot, lady. Hit the spot. Nothing fast.
We're in the top of the 7th, and Souderton potentially could tie it up with a base hit. The 0-2 off the end of the bat, gloved at short, and a race to the bag is won by Souderton. Zerniak with a diving attempt, but she's unable to get Lily Ponce. And now the officials, umpire is going to talk it over, home plate umpire and base umpire. And they're going to stick with the call. I got to say, from here, I think that was the right call. It was really a bang-bang play at third, but
Yeah.
I think Ponce got her foot in there just ahead of the tag.
Yes,
So,
smart play by Zerniak, though. She realizing that's her only real play to try to dive and go after it.
I mean, this is the 5th time now that the Indians have loaded the bases in this game.
Yeah, there's only one out.
And at the plate, Sierra Miller takes a strike. So important for Freeband to try to get in front of the hitters. I mean, for any pitcher, you're just more effective when you have that lead. But good start here for Freeband. 0-1 count to Byra, to Miller. Ground ball that's through on the left side. One run will score, and we're tied up at 9 as the Indians move up a bag, and Sierra Miller with the big RBI base hit. So she goes to first as she knocks in Lily Ponce.
Yeah, it's still only one out, Chris.
And it's 9-9 now.
This was a great game today.
The 0-1. A strike to Plinky. And this one may be reminding you guys, I was not here for that 12-inning game, but
It looked like it might happen again.
I mean, we're tied up here in the 7th.
Pennsbury just has a knack for making things close.
Yeah, and Souderton, if they can, I mean, even you put a ball in play, you're a pretty good shot that you're going to plate a run. The 0-1 up high. Plinky so far today has been really good at the plate with a base hit in the 3rd and 4th inning. Reached base safely in the 6th. The 1-1. Fouled back.
Your spot.
Plinky at the plate, and maybe we'll get back. It might be that pinch hitter again in the on-deck circle. I'm not sure what Coach Atkinson is going to do. Free bands 1-2. Ground ball. Shortstop has it. The throw in time to force out the runner at home. Nice play by Zerniak. And then they nearly got another out. There's trying to catch Byron napping off 3rd base.
Yeah, close but no cigar. Caught her lacking off on that base pad. Just couldn't get at her.
Good job by the catcher, too, to make sure her foot was on the plate. Obviously, we had that same play earlier, and they called her safe because foot wasn't on the plate.
So that force out is out number 2, and now at the plate, they go back to their starter, Michaela Mihilchik. Mihilchik with a healthy cut, whiffs at that one and falls behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Mihilchik with 3 strikeouts so far today. Free bands 0-1. High and wide. Nice play behind the plate by DeFinis. Anything that gets behind her could mean a go-ahead run for the Indians. We did see one of their runs advancing home on a wild pitch today. The 1-1. That's in there.
Go right at her now. Get her. Right here.
So free band in front, a ball and 2 strikes. And her pitch to Mihilchik, a little bit low. And they appeal to the base umpire.
I never understood why
She
they
didn't
do
swing.
that in like this situation. The base umpire probably has a worse view than the home plate umpire.
Yeah, I was talking to our umpire crew today, and one guy said, yeah, I'll be calling balls and strikes, and the other guy said, I'm going to be doing everything else. Swing and a miss. Free band strikes out Mihilchik to set down the Indians. But Souderton, they get the 2 runs that they needed to tie this game up. It's 9-9 after 6.5 innings of high school softball. And Pennsbury with an opportunity to walk it off. It's the McCaffrey's Game of the Day on the WBCB Sports Network. And today's game brought to you by Jammer Doors, BAI Security, DiLorenzo's Pizza. And thanks also, of course, to McCaffrey's Food Markets. McCaffrey's exceptional every day in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road in Yardley, and the villages of Newtown, 2890 South Eagle Road. Second inning of work coming up for Detweiler. She came in relief of Schroding and had a good set the Falcons down. Well, it wasn't a 1-2-3 inning. She gave up a leadoff base hit, but Falcons did not threaten in the 6th. And here in the 7th, it's going to be 7, 8, and 9 as far as the spots in the lineup. Appearing in the bottom of the 7th, Bogman, Askey, and Foote.
Come on, Lily. Come on, Falcon.
And for the Falcons, some of their greatest success today, at least against Schroding, came from the bottom of the lineup. So, like Taylor Askey, she's got 3 base hits. Presley Foote's 2 for 3. Lil Bogman, who gets the inning started, she's 1 for 3 with a base hit today. Detweiler's first one in there for a strike. The 0-1 to Bogman, fouled back. Last time we had the Falcons on the WBCB Sports Network, it was a 12-inning game when they played Council Rock North here in Fairless Hills. Falcons got an 11-10 victory in that one. Fouled off by Bogman as she stays alive. And for Pennsbury, they don't care if it takes them 12 innings to get the win as long as they get the win.
Yeah.
But I would like to see him walk it off right here in the 7th.
That would be fun. Maybe get our first Di Lorenzo's walk-off dinger of the season.
It may change our Di Lorenzo's player of the game.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
As we'll probably give it to the hero in the late innings. A ball, 2 strikes to Bogman. Detweiler delivers, and that's well hit out to left field. Bogman's at first.
And yeah, wouldn't be surprised if, no. I was thinking maybe they would do a pinch runner, but I think Bogman knows how to run.
But one thing the Falcons have gotten production throughout the lineup, and today you look at that 7, 8, and 9 spot has been very good. Bogman, after that hit, she goes 2 for 4.
Yeah.
Taylor Askey, they have not, she's reached base safely each time she's been up. This time trying to bunt her way on and bunts it foul. Bunt her way on or just bunt the runner over.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this one, though, keep going with that, or maybe they'll just show the bunt, pull back, and swipe the bag like they have. I have no doubt in my mind, though, that McSherry is trying to steal this base right here.
And that's a bunt that goes off of the foot, a foul ball.
Yeah, definitely went off the foot to try to play it off, to keep it going.
Well, that's a little bit of trouble now as Askey has 2 strikes, and now I think you might want to have her swinging away. I don't know, you need to get that runner over though, so we'll see if they keep the sacrifice on. Nope, she swings away and comes inside, gets away from Mahelchik, and so the runner will advance on a wild pitch. Bogman at second in scoring position. Well, now, even though there's 2 strikes again, if you can just get that runner over, hit the ball on the right side somewhere. Fouled back by Askey. Well, we've had a good one today. SOL crossover action between Pennsbury and Souderton as the Patriot Division team, Pennsbury, hosting the Colonial Division foe. The 1-2 gets her. Swing and a miss as Askey struck out. And with 1 on, a runner at second, up to bat is Presley Foote. And Presley Foote in that 9 slot has been very effective. She's 2 for 3 at the plate today with a run scored. Takes up high.
Yeah, with the speed with Foote, you can really just put that ball in play anywhere, and she may have a chance to beat that thing out.
Detweiler winds and fires. That one gets past Mahelchik. And moving up to third is Bogman. So the Falcons have the winning run. They have him almost home.
Yeah, just like that, a sacrifice, a pop-up, we could have this game over with.
Hey, foot.
And Presley Foot's got little room to work now. 2 balls, no strikes. She can look for a good pitch. Souderton with the infield drawn in. Pitches in there for a called strike.
Not you.
Come on, press.
Hey, kid.
Detweiler's ready, her 2-1, a check swing that goes off the bat and is overthrown at first. And the Pennsbury Falcons will win it on a fielding error. In to score is Lil Bogman,
Walk on foot.
and the Falcons walk it off with a 10-9 victory. Well, the play looked like it was right there for Souderton to be made, and an unfortunate throw for the Indians leads to another Pennsbury victory. They advance now to 10-1 on the season, narrowly getting past Souderton today and fighting the whole way to get it done. They drop Souderton to 7-8 overall in the season, and Falcons pick up a big SOL crossover win. All right, we got to figure out who our player of the game is. We're going to step aside and return, passing along a DiLorenzo's gift certificate to one of the top players from the Pennsbury Falcons as they win it over Souderton 10-9.
Former Philly Tommy Green, and here's the pitch. It's time to fill up your pool. BCWSA offers easy and cost-effective bulk water delivery throughout Bucks County for $180. They will deliver 5,500 gallons of clean water right to your pool. It's a faster way to fill your pool, and you won't have the increased sewer bill by filling it yourself. And if you're on well water, you won't need to worry about the well drying up. Call BCWSA today at 800-222-2068, extension 113, and schedule water delivery, or visit bcwsa.net.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more. McCaffrey's Food Markets, exceptional every day. Family owned and operated for over 40 years, McCaffrey's is part of your community and a very proud supporter of our local high schools. For true value on the freshest meats and produce to their own prepared food department, to everyday savings on your necessary items, McCaffrey's is exceptional every day. And it's in your neighborhood in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road, Yardley. The Villages of Newtown at 2890 South Eagle Road, and also in Bluebell, Princeton, West Windsor, and the best of McCaffrey's in Doylestown. 1490 WBCB, Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties. Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems, and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more.
Former Philly Tommy Green, and here's the pitch. It's time to fill up your pool. BCWSA offers easy and cost-effective bulk water delivery throughout Bucks County for $180. They will deliver 5,500 gallons of clean water right to your pool. It's a faster way to fill your pool, and you won't have the increased sewer bill by filling it yourself. And if you're on well water, you won't need to worry about the well drying up. Call BCWSA today at 800-222-2068, extension 113, and schedule water delivery, or visit bcwsa.net.
Wow, a back and forth game here at Pennsbury High School today. Falcons have to come from behind to take care of the Souderton Indians. In just a moment, we'll have our player of the game. Ben Goldstein is standing by. Today's game brought to you on WBCB by St. Mary Medical Center, BCWSA, McCaffrey's Food Markets. This has been the McCaffrey's game of the day. McCaffrey's exceptional every day. Thanks to the Trenton Thunder. And I'll remind you again, on Saturday, we're going to be at Trenton Thunder Stadium, Arm & Hammer Park. The Pennsbury baseball team will take on Hopewell Valley at that special venue. We're hoping to have it for you on WBCB. I don't know if you saw the 1490 forecast, Gus.
Yes.
Not looking good.
I did see it. I saw the good old Joe LeCompte forecast for the weekend. Yeah, it's not looking good. Not just for that day, but a couple days around that day, too. So.
Right. Well, we'll see. We've got a couple things going on Saturday. Like there's a Healthy Kids Day thing that we're doing over in Jersey. And then we're supposed to be at Arm & Hammer Park. Hopefully the weather will permit. And with that kind of field, it drains well and all that stuff. But you get that special venue, you don't want to have any raindrops. So I hope if it rains, I kind of hope they postpone the thing and they pick it up at another time.
Yeah, I hope they don't just cancel it, because that is, like we said, it's such a fun game to go to. Both teams in high school getting to experience that game on the Trenton Thunder field. Is it still called Arm & Hammer Park? I don't know. They keep changing it and stuff like that. But yeah, just to be able to go on that field and play on it, it's a special feeling, especially when Pennsbury, they make it their senior recognition night. So you get senior recognition on the big stadium. There's just nothing better than that under the lights.
I think Hopewell Valley is doing that too.
Okay, yeah.
The coach of Hopewell Valley, Ken Harrison, went to Pennsbury, and so he and Coach Pacey.
Yes.
So it's been a tradition for the two teams to meet, but this time going to be at Trenton Thunder Ballpark, weather permitting. So hopefully that will work out on Saturday. And the WBCB's game today also brought to you by Jammer Doors, by BAI Security Systems, and DiLorenzo's Pizza on New Falls Road. We'll talk about battling. In the circle, Lainey Freeman.
Yeah.
We talk about the work that she did in that 12-inning game, and the pinch counts gets up, and she really labored in some of those innings.
Yeah.
You load the bases 5 different times, and it requires you to bear down, make some clutch pitches in clutch spots, and she did give up 9 runs, but still kept her team in it enough to get the W. And in a day where the opponents got to her, to still bear down, get the win, you got to give credit in the circle.
Yeah, especially like we talked about it, loading the bases more than a couple times, 5 times. And that last time she did it, it was at that top of the 7th. They just tied the ball game up, and you thought that they were going to take the lead in Souderton, and she was able to get out of it. And it just shows you how she's able to just relax, calm down, and just work out of certain situations.
I mean, I think I would probably have melted down at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the first bases loaded situation, maybe not in the second or third, but to load them up 4 and 5 times and to still keep your team in it. Nice job by Lainey Freeben. We got to our DiLorenzo's player of the game coming up in just a little bit. We're going to talk to Liv Zerniak, and she had a big hit in the 5th inning. Falcons opened it up in the 5th. 6 runs. That was the difference in the game. And then a weird finish to the game. I was telling some of the Falcon fans here that those situations are kind of tough to call, because it looked like a play that was right there to be made by Souderton, and just a throw that was an error.
Yeah, and it just happens sometimes, like the Council Rock North extra inning game. That game, it ended off a little bit of a weird play. It was a play at the plate that looked like the player was out, but they called him safe because the foot was on the base. So it's a great walk-off win, but yeah, like you said, it's just hard to call, kind of.
Presley Foote put that ball in play, and after the game, she was out here saying, "Oh, was that a walk-off hit?" And everybody was like, "Nah, sorry, not going to get credit for a walk-off hit." But you do get credit in my book for winning the game for your team just by putting the bat on the ball, and good things sometimes end up happening. And there we go, 10-9. The Falcons, the winner here today. All right, so they talk it over, and not only do we have the Saturday game for Pennsbury, we're going to be here on campus on Thursday,
Thursday,
too.
yep.
Do you know who they're playing on Thursday?
I believe it is. I actually don't know. I know it's Pennsbury baseball though, but
Well, we've got our schedule on the WBCB Sports Network, so check that out. And now we go to Ben Goldstein, who is with our DiLorenzo's player of the game.
I'm here with the DiLorenzo's player of the game, freshman Liv Zerniak. Here's your gift card. Big hit in the 5th inning. You also had that big home run a few days ago. Do you feel like you have a clutch factor a little bit these last few games?
Yeah, I've been trying to keep my stance settle and keep it simple and just do a jog and keep it very simple in my stance.
You have some dancers behind you. Can you describe the team vibe, especially as a freshman?
The team is just so close. It's amazing having such great people behind you and supporting you 100% of the way, and it really helps with everything, especially being a freshman and giving support all the time.
Also, as a freshman, you got a pretty legendary coach coaching you. Can you describe him a little bit?
Coach McSherry is definitely special, definitely a role model for all of us, and he gives a lot of support throughout the whole dugout, through practices, through games, and he really impacts us as a team.
That's your DiLorenzo's player of the game, Liv Zerniak, featuring a black guy as well. Chris, back to you.
All right, thank you, Ben. And Zerniak has good people behind her, quite literally, with that post-game interview as they were doing some dancing and having some fun, celebrating a 10-9 win over the Souderton Indians. Thanks to the crew, Ben Goldstein with our post-game interview and stats, Gus Barber breaking down the game and doing our video engineering, and thanks to Makai Gundy for being with us, helping to call the action and being behind the camera. So the Falcons get a 10-9 win over Souderton, and that'll do it for us here today from Fairless Hills, PA. Thanks so much for checking out some high school softball on the WBCB Sports Network.